Dr. Stephanie Fiely is the Executive Director of the University of Pittsburgh Titusville Education and Training Hub, and she joins us this morning. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to be here. Thank you.
Boy, 2024. A lot of excitement for this year.
There is. We've geared up for a new semester on campus, and things are going great. We have all of our partners already in classes. The last one started last week, and they're moving forward. We're getting ready to start a couple projects on campus, and lots of revolving doors of, okay, which one do I need to be at this time? And but it's great.
Well, speaking of doors, the door will be open for folks who want to come and visit in February.
Yes. So we have an open house on Saturday, February 17th at 9 o'clock. We look forward to inviting anybody that's interested in learning more about our programs to register and join us that day to learn. You actually get to pick which program you want to go and learn more about. So I will start the day with an overview, and then we dismiss you into the program that you want to hear about, and you learn all about how you can get involved within that program, how you get enrolled in that program, the steps you need to take pre-enrollment, if there are any, when the next classes start for that program. Everything happens that day that you can be ready to take that next step to succeed in what your future holds.
We've talked about this, how unique this opportunity is. It's a chance to get to meet the staff. It's a chance to tour the campus, to really get an understanding and have a one-on-one. And what makes it, again, a unique experience is you're not talking an overload of people saying, I've got a question, well, email us. You can get answers right there.
Right. We, when we go into the breakout sessions in each program, you can ask questions there, but then you have a chance afterwards, once you're dismissed from the program session, to come back, maybe ask me questions. The admissions counselors tend to come down afterwards too. So if you don't want to ask in front of everyone, you can ask one-on-one and get that direction that you need, so that your needs are met before you leave that day.
And that's like the whole thing. The one-on-one experience that you get
Yes.
by attending is incredible.
You're not a number. You're a name to us. You're one of us, and you're our family. And we definitely are a family between all four partners on campus. The students are mingling in the dining hall. They're mingling in Broadhurst Science Center now as they go between classes, or, hey, I went to high school with you, or, hey, don't you live down the street from me? And it's really great to see them interacting.
And you've had folks come back after 20 years. And
Yes. Since we've started in 2020, we've seen as young as 17. We've seen folks in their 50s coming back to school, changing jobs, or just saying, you know what, I need to learn something new. I may not definitely change the career path that I'm in, but I need to learn something new, and so I'm going to take a class or two, and they're back on campus, whether it's just for one class or an entire program.
we talked to chamber directors. We were just talking to Brian Slaywin from Ben Franklin Technology Partners. Do you get a sense that people are more open to change today than they were 5-10 years ago, where, you know what, I'm going to take that risk and go back and take some classes. I'm going to work on myself, or I'm going to start a business, or, take a different direction in life?
Definitely, folks are either thinking, I've been too stressed with my current job, I'm ready to take that new path, or they're just like, it's time. It's time to move on to something new, or let me start thinking about if this is the path, and this is the way I'm going to do it, is by getting the education and training to say, yep, that is the right move to do it. But they are definitely more open now than they were in the past. And some of that is because careers are changing, employers are changing, times are just changing.
Yeah.
But some of it is folks on their own saying, it's my time now.
Wow, that's great. And what an opportunity for you to welcome everybody in, because I've heard people say, yeah, you know what? I hear a lot about a need for nursing, a need for machinists, and how do I begin that process?
Right.
Here's an opportunity.
We have it all right here for you. And we're trying to develop that opportunity for you that, you may start slow, or to get into a program, or you may jump both feet in, but you could then start maybe as a machinist, learning that trade, and then come back and do a business degree to start your own business. So you can get
That's
multiple
fantastic.
degrees along the way, or certificate programs or whatever it might be. As little as 6 weeks, as long as 2 years. So you have a wide range there, depending on what your need is. And all of the programs that we offer at the Education and Training Hub all have job openings in northwestern Pennsylvania. So you do not have to leave this area to be successful.
And it's too bad you didn't have good relationships with some of those people or most of those people to be able to, oh, no, wait, you do.
Yes. I'm always out. I think now when I go out, I talk more about what I'm doing at work or a program, or talking about, how does this student get in contact with a program director or something, more than I've ever done in the past, in my former jobs at the university and all that. But now it's like, okay, wait, you know the answer. Tell me what I need to do. And folks that I don't even know sometimes are coming up to me and saying, hey, don't you work down there? Yes, I work at the Education and Training Hub, and I will get you in contact with who you need to be in contact with to get your answers to all your questions and whatever needs you need met.
And by the way, it's always with that great smile.
I try.
Like your excitement and passion is incredible and contagious. So I'm sure people have commented like, you make people want to work with you and be involved and get to know more.
Yeah, we're a team. And if I don't have a team, we're not going to be successful because I can't do it all. And not one partner can do it all. We've all got to be together. And so you may see one of our admissions counselors from one of our partners out at an event, but they may not have the program you want, but they will talk to you about, well, our other partners in Titusville have this, that, and the other thing, or, and if that's your niche, then they'll get you in contact with that person as well.
When it comes to the partners, now, can they call the campus and then you'll direct them to where they need to go?
That's probably the easiest, to give us a call at 814-827-4509. And either Jamie or I will get you in contact with that direct partner link that you need. Because each partner has a different name for their admissions area, or you may have a question that's not really admissions related and more program related. And if we know what you need to know, we'll direct you right to that person, as opposed to sending you through the hoops of press 1, press 2. We're going to be that person on the other line saying, yep, this is who you need to talk to.
Now, we're into 2024. The semester will wrap up in April?
April and May,
Okay.
depending. And I believe BCAT's going to go early June, but still, they were a 10-month program, and
Wow.
so they'll be finishing as well.
So really, if you're starting to think about this, you really should get on getting in and getting the information you need to make a decision for the next session.
Yes, so programs will start in August or September of 2024, but some of those programs are starting to fill up. So you want to take a chance now of saying, okay, I need to learn more. I'm going to come February 17th to the open house, get all the information I need to apply and get accepted, so that you have all the steps completed and you're not stressing at the last minute of, ooh, am I going to get in? Am I not going to get in? Because some of our programs are limited enrollment. So we're trying our hardest to get all those seats filled, and we don't want you to miss out on this opportunity right here at home.
And how tough is it to sort of, you were mentioning it could be 6 weeks, 2 years to customize that for somebody? I mean, a lot of it is, that person, it's almost like buying a car, right? Where you got to feed me some information so we can get you in the right path.
Correct. And some of our programs have a rigorous schedule, so you can only go one way, maybe 2 ways, depending. But like for the machining program, we have a full-time 6-week program. But we also have found, since we moved the MAC, the Manufacturing Assistance Center, to Titusville, that there's a need for folks to come in at night. So they come in 2 nights a week for 4 hours each night.
Wow.
For 15 weeks, they're getting the same education, same training, but they can work during the day. Or some of them will come to class from 5:30 to 9:30 and then go to work for 11. And they're not missing out on their regular job, or they're learning the upskill that they need to be even more successful with their regular job. So that's nice that we've been able to add that. Some of our partners, you can go part-time, some you have to go full-time. So it all just depends.
Now, if you have a student or an adult that comes to you and says, I have to work and make money, but I need to take these classes, are there opportunities with some businesses where there's a relationship that you can say, hey, we have a student coming through, they're going to be training on this. Is there any way to fit them into your work environment as well?
Some of our partners have been able to work with some of the business leaders and industry leaders to say, hey, do you have any openings? Is this an opportunity for you to work with us? Some just depends on the training that's needed. That's not possible.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to say that both the Brockway Center for Arts and Technology's Clinical Medical Assistant and Phlebotomy program and Pitt Titusville's nursing program had 100% pass rate on their national certifications and their state boards last year, and all were placed into the medical field in some aspect last year. So
Wow.
that's great that we're putting that many students back into the workforce, and they're successful at helping others within our region.
And there's such a need, too.
Very big need in the healthcare field. So
Now, I mean, you guys are typically ranked quite high in the state every year with this
Yes.
program. I mean, it's incredible.
with the nursing program, they've been ranked most years that they've been open here in Titusville, and the program expands every year of what opportunities are there at the hospitals when they're out there doing their clinicals. What are you learning? They're going to several hospitals, and nursing homes to learn the various aspects so that they're not pigeonholed into one aspect. They're learning all the aspects to learn. I really want to do med surgery. No, I want to really be a labor and delivery nurse or whatever that is. So they're finding that niche pretty quickly.
Oh, wow. Have you found what that secret formula is, or?
I haven't found it.
Okay. Or maybe it's like
but
KFC, don't give out the recipe.
I haven't completely found it myself, but I think the benefit here in Titusville at the Education and Training Hub is when you come that once you've completed your program, you can find a job right here. You don't have to leave to get your training. You don't have to leave to get your job. You can stay somewhere. And if you don't want to live right in Titusville, there's still a job somewhere right here in the region.
Yeah.
If you want to go to Erie or you want to go to Warren or Oil City or Franklin or Meadville, there's that opportunity right here.
But I'm sure you have others looking in from the outside going, maybe I should, you're getting personalized attention, really.
Yes.
It sounds like, when you're consistently ranked and you're seeing that folks are graduating and going right into the workforce. I mean, I would imagine there's people on the outside looking, going, okay, that's a program I want to take.
Yes, there is. We get folks calling constantly. And I have colleagues and friends from various organizations that I was involved with when I was in student affairs working and when I was doing my doctorate work. They're calling and saying, so how do you do that now? I'm seeing your articles about things or hearing about this and that. How are you doing things? So it's interesting to see how those conversations are evolving, and they're like, that's really neat for what's happening because we're adjusting to the times.
Yeah.
Because we need folks in the trades, and so we want to make sure that we're starting to look at those and expanding our opportunities with those so the folks have the resources they need in northwestern Pennsylvania because we'll have the workers that have that training to be out there.
That's incredible. Let's do this real quick. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel. Dr. Stephanie Fiely with us here this morning, University of Pittsburgh Titusville Education and Training Hub. I was going to ask, it's got to be, again, pretty special when a university is going, you know what, and I realize it's not across the board. I mean, classes are certain times for things, but when you can take like machining and offer a program at night and make that adjustment to say, okay, we can cater to this crowd if we do this, if we're able to be flexible in some degree, where others would be like, no, this is what you have to do. But just knowing that that's what the university is doing has to make you different from others.
Yes, because some folks are like, nope, I was only hired to work 8 to 5, and you can't adjust my schedule to teach. But we've had some faculty members that are like, yep, if we need to do something to adjust,
Wow.
we will. Not all programs can do that,
Right.
but we've had some here at the Titusville Education and Training Hub that can and will do that based on the needs. Or, maybe it's the hospital really needs a clinical on this day, so we've adjusted some of our A&P classes or our biology classes to meet a different day because we know the hospitals really need us on a specific day so that our students get the best opportunities to learn.
Now, when they're involved in classes like that, you mentioned certificate programs through the other partners. Are they, like at the open house, they're presented with a list of those certificate programs that they can take to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to do nursing or, I'm going to do machining, but I also want to pick up a couple other things.
Yeah. When they come for the open house, when they actually sign up, all of our programs are listed there. So you check which one you want. But I give an overview of all of them.
Oh,
because
wow.
I also don't know that maybe there's a parent or a sibling coming with the student that day, or if maybe they're going to learn something that day themselves and then they're going to go tell a friend, hey, did you know this was there? So I want you to know before you leave that day what you can do when you step foot on our campus.
That's
to be able to share that information.
okay. Look at you. That's great.
Word of mouth carries a lot of weight when you're trying to promote a product.
Well, and I think too, when they're touring, if they have a sibling or a family member that's with them, obviously they're going through the tour as well. I would imagine there's a lot of them in the back of their head going, boy, this is impressive.
Yes, and I actually gave a tour to some community members yesterday that were curious what we have to offer. Weren't necessarily looking to enroll themselves, but they were like, we need to learn what's available here so we can talk to our friends and family. And they were so impressed when we went into the labs to say, wait, they learned this and they have this ability right here to be able to learn how to give an IV, take blood, work on, mannequins to know how quickly life can change, and you need to be, as a nurse or a medical professional, be able to on your feet think and say, oh, blood pressure has changed, I need to go on to something else with that patient. So they were very impressed with that too. They were like, wow.
How important it is to have the right tools and the updated tools available for the students as they're learning?
It's very important. And we're constantly looking at, what do we have in our labs and what do we need to adjust to? Not only in the medical side, but also with the machining side.
Yeah.
Because some of our smaller shops in the area don't have the latest and greatest machines. They still have older machines. But then others have the latest and greatest. So we have a little bit of both so that you can learn every aspect that you might need, because you may start out at a company and it may not be the right fit for you, and you go to another company. It's a different machine. So you need to know going into it how to run that machine.
Wow.
And be the best operator you can on that machine to be productive.
Is there a constant evaluation of the students, and maybe a long way to get to the point? Do you look at somebody and say, boy, they're going to go and work at, tool and die shop, but they also possess some added skills, like the business side of things. I could see them opening their own shop, or people are aging out and they're looking to sell, their family business or company that they've grown. Maybe that's something that they'd be able to do in 5 to 10 years. Hey, so-and-so, maybe you should start taking some business classes.
We've done that. We've talked to folks, or they've come to us and they said, do you think that maybe with what I've learned, I can do this? And yes. Even going from clinical medical assistant and phlebotomy to being a nursing student. Do you think that I could transition? Yes. You're showing those skills. We're seeing that capacity in you, that get a little bit of experience maybe and then come back, and we think you'll be successful. So, and we've seen business folks say, there's this aspect of our business that we need to explore some more. I need to come back to learn this side.
Oh, that's incredible.
To be able to expand our business even more. Or folks that have said, my family has this old machine, a lathe, a mill, whatever, in their house, in their barn, whatever, They're like, I want to learn how to make something on it and utilize that, so that could either be a side job or I can start my own business with it.
Wow. And I'll tell you, the number of stories, somebody starting in their garage or barn or whatever is incredible. And they've grown into, multi-million-dollar company.
And I never thought of that until I really took on this job. And I'm like, wait, people really do that? And they're like, yes.
But is it to a point where people are calling you, whether it's on the medical side or the tool side, that they're saying, hey, we just hired one of your students and we want more?
Yes. We're constantly getting calls saying, hey, we have this job opening. Who do you have? And a lot of our programs will also keep a list of their alumni so that if they get a job posting, they can share that out. So if it's not a current student, it might be somebody that's completed that they can then say, hey, if you're looking, here's an opportunity for you. So that's a great opportunity there. And, the criminal justice side is growing as well. So that's exciting to see that students can get that associate degree in criminal justice and then decide what aspect of criminal justice they want to go into. And some of them we may see on the streets as a city cop someday, or, maybe a parole officer or something along those lines.
That's incredible. Winter Open House coming up Saturday, February 17th. Dr. Stephanie Fiely with us this morning. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
All the best.
Thanks.
Thanks.